Hello, my name is Shadley here. Welcome back for another episode of Hearts of Iron 3 in Black Ice as PRC. So, in previous episode, we managed to gain a bit of ground over here in Taiwan. We did gain some ground in Korea. We got at least 3 provinces, and, well, actually a bit more in northern Korea. So we've cut off the enemy troops here in 2, technically speaking 3, but the third one doesn't really count. It's only a garrison division in there. But we are hopefully going to be able to clear out the northern bucket and then start pushing further south. And then at the same time, we are having a little bit issues over here in the south, breaking the enemy a little bit. I'm sure that we can manage that over time. Oh, there we go, victory at Wonsan. So that's one of the defensive victories. They're still trying to do counterattacks in Formosa. We did get our closer. Oh, there we go. Close air support is now in action, which means that this defense is probably going to be a lot easier for us now, because they keep on attacking in there aimlessly. Okay, so I think what we're going to do after this combat, if we are able to attack... Nope. We've got so many hours of delay in here. Well, never mind then. I suppose one option, as soon as we've won the battle in here, we can just wreck these troops in here. I suppose that'll probably do the trick. And then, well, actually, how is... okay, the Italians have pushed back to the border of Egypt. There's no... Oh, right, so Gibraltar is holding... Norway is still holding back the Germans for the most part in here, but they do have still the port. Oh, looks like the Finns have actually managed to reach the White Sea, so that's going to be pretty bad for the Soviet troops in here, so eventually they'll probably fall. Don't know how well the... Well, no, the Soviets have lost a bit of province over here, north of Stalino, but at least they've managed to retake some land south of Stalino. They all... Ooh. Okay, they might be losing Crimea soon. Oh, right, and then, of course, the mess in Middle East. So Afghanistan is fighting against the Allies. Saudi Arabia has lost quite a bit in the northern half of the northern portion of the nation. And Iraq is about half occupied already. So it's not looking too great. The Italians have been almost pushed out of East Africa. So it's looking a little bit rough for them. The Japanese have managed to take a little bit more ground. And, well, actually, not that much more ground since the last episode. I think they maybe got 1 or 2 provinces in here since the last time we checked. So at least they are focusing a lot more, well, a bit more at least, against the Allies now, rather than us. Now, to be fair, we've gained so much ground in here that it would be a bit difficult for them to push further in right now. And we're still getting the combat delays in here. I think it's increasing the combat delays at least a little bit. Oh, there we go, defensive positions to level 3. So how's the... Oh, yeah, they should be... Oh, there we go. We won the battle there. This one's still probably going to be a loss for us. We're not looking too strong in there. But I suppose with the... Right, now the bombing runs are still needed in here. Well, they're not really needed in there. We're still using the bombing runs in the airfield in Siam regardless. I think we are actually slowly reducing the amount of hours that we are still got the combat delay. But they're still doing the constant attacks in here, so it's just going to take a while before it's sorted out, let's just say. I believe we got a industry, or is that... No, that's tomorrow, actually. So that's going to be giving us a little bit more industry to work with. Not that we necessarily have a tiny industry. It's not massive, mind you. Like, it's still less than 200 base IC. It's alright, I would say. All things considered. Are we still doing the bombing runs in... Oh, yeah, we are doing the bombing runs over there. This one's looking a little bit rough for us. I suppose as soon as we can, we'll send more troops down there, and we are getting more troops across the river in here. Did we get... right, we'll send in the mercenary infantry to help on the attack there, and we'll send another one to attack the port. Actually, we'll send another 2 to attack the port, and as soon as... Well, that's not really going to be... Oh, there we go. Victory in the airfield. So let's go ahead and take the light bombers and start focusing in... I think we're going to start focusing on... Oh, no, that's too far away. Well, bollocks. I mean, I suppose we could move these further south. Actually, the airfield in Paksha might not be the worst idea. We'll reserve there. There we go, we got the industry, and then now from here, we should be able to start doing a bit of ground attacks in here. And maybe break the enemy. I mean, we'll still probably be losing this combat regardless. Oh, there we go, another victory of Wonsan. So is there... Right, let's actually go ahead and send some troops further south. We can probably go ahead and get across the river in here. Not necessarily, but we'll leave one of these units defending. We'll send another one across the river. This could probably get across the river over here as well. Start clearing out a little bit more of the ground. That can actually start pushing southeast. Got another light infantry in here that can start pushing down that way. We've got a little bit difficulties breaking down the enemy in here, mind you, but I'm sure that we can sort that out eventually. I think it's probably best if we just try... Well, I suppose Hamhung is not going to be something that we can clear out easily. We've got quite a bit of reinforcement need for some of these troops in here as well. Actually, we've got one in here. I suppose what we could do is give a support attack from there. And then this one's going to push into a Pagam in addition to the troops already there. We'll go ahead and retreat some of these units back behind the lines. We've probably got... Well, no, those are not really in combat strength yet. We have cleared out the enemy pocket, at least in here. Let's just go ahead and send Iliescu's motorized division further south to join the combat once more. It may not have been a very glorious task that they were doing in the north, but it was still very important to reduce border goals in the future. Oh, one zone is under attack. Well, it's only a garrison that is attacking them there. And it's attacking from Hamhung. And then they're attacking from the southeast, is that? Yeah, from the southeast. Oh, no, amphibious ship just... oh, no, it's a diesel engine that's ahead of time. Right, so we'll cancel that one. We've still got so many tanks and other things that we're trying to research, but a lot of them are not really in active research yet. So it's going to take a while before we get the benefits from them. Also, have we gotten the railways or anything like that onto level 4 yet? No. We've got the road networks to level 4, but the others not yet, so we're still waiting with those. We'll get them eventually, but it's just the cost is quite expensive for the benefits that you get from them. So I'm just holding back for now. I suspect that we're slowly... Well, it's still going to take a while before we do counterattack. But when we can, we'll start just attacking these two both, just so that they stop doing the counterattacks constantly. And it looks like our bombardment... No, actually we didn't... Ooh, Dilinden was a victory. Aha. So pushing towards Saigon with several units. Actually, this one should probably join in there. I suspect that with the bombing runs that we're doing, and especially if we can get into here quickly, we could maybe start doing a counter or continue our attack down towards Saigon. And that way we can maybe even salvage this division. Well, let it rest at least for a little while. Of course, it doesn't have the digging bonus or anything like that right now, which does make the life a little bit difficult. Let's go ahead and give it a bit of support attack over there. We are winning the combat in here, so the naval infantry could probably push further east. And then, well, I suppose we've got quite a bit of these troops moving along there right now, so we'll just hold on. And it looks like there is a bit of counterattack in Korea, or northern Korea right now. Mostly from Hamhung direction, but there we go. One zone was another victory. And we are soon getting across the river with some of these troops, so we can then start pushing further south. Try to get to at least this river. And then from there, I suppose we can actually send in the armored division over there. We can send in, actually, we'll send in some of these infantry, or the new units that we're getting in, well, fresh units, let's just say, not really new units, to start pushing towards Hamhung. Because we kind of need to take care of these force that they have. Now, we're doing okay. Oh, I say that. But there's some of these troops that are pretty close to shattering. But we can send the military infantry in here. We can send in that infantry in here. And that's going to provide us a bit more combat strength. And I think with that, we're hopefully going to break through. I mean, there's several units in here that will probably shatter soon enough. Or run out of organization and then retreat. So I suspect that this port will be falling soon enough. And then if we can take Hamhung as well, or if... Actually, I think Hamhung might not be even enough to supply everything in here. I think with the two ports, they might still have a chance, but with just one, definitely not. So how are we doing in the battles in Indo-China and all here? Oh, right, okay, that is going to be a victory most likely. This one's probably going to be a victory, although it's going to take a little while. I do want to get to Bangkok just so that we can get the river line over here. We might try to push across the river, but we'll also try to leave a little bit buffer between us and the British for now. So the Japanese could potentially still push towards Burma. Right, I suppose... there's quite a bit of enemy units in Hamhung. Not really quite ready to start advancing in there. We do have a bit of troops now across the river. I'll take these two. And the infantry unit over here start attacking east. Or southeast. And then I suppose we got... we could try getting to... Oh dear. Yeah, we lost the combat now. However, we might be able to intercept that before they get in there. Oh, victory. In Yongwon. It looks like, oh, there we go, yeah. Pagam is now slowly falling. They're down to 4 divisions, most of which are either low organization or relatively low strength. How's the... Okay, that one could use a bit of rest, so we'll just leave that be. There's probably quite a few divisions overall that could use a bit of rest, although Tas could probably get into the battle in Nanjing, or Nanding. The 5th division over there probably needs to pull back soon enough, so we'll just go ahead and send that one back. Oh, these two need to stop their attack. So this combat might actually be a loss. I'm gonna go take the loss right now rather than trying to... Yeah, that's 27,000 losses for us. Not exactly ideal, let's just say. Do have a close air support that's been... Actually, let's go ahead and start bringing the enemy in here instead. And are we... Oh, there we go. We don't have the combat delay anymore. And this one's probably going to be a victory soon enough. Alright, well, let's go ahead and start pushing back against the enemy. Stop them from doing the constant... oh, I'm going to do a counterattack. I'm going to do a counterattack. I'm going to counterattack without any organization. I mean, it's an easy way to farm victories, I suppose, in combat, but it's not major victories in a line that. It seems like we're enough... Oh, right, so we started doing the bombing runs on the port now, so that should mean quite a quick victory overall. I would imagine, anyway. And looks like the border situation is... Yeah, they're down to 50% strength. Actually, slightly less than that. So that does help. Did we get... Oh, we did get another unit in here. Alright, then. I'll send that one across the river as well. Did you get any more in here? Alright, the armored division is heading in there. We'll probably have that one move along the coastline, at least to some degree. Although we've already got Kathmandos over here, but Kathmandos needs a bit of rest for the troops, especially the motorized and armored units in there. Well, light tank units in there. We are going to get a petroleum refinery in about a month. We'll also get our first landing craft in 3 days. That's good. We are going to get some more infrastructure. We haven't started working on a lot of the infrastructure down here yet. I'm sure that we will eventually get to those, but it's going to take a while, I'm afraid. But in September, we're going to get the infantry corps, which I'm still not entirely sure if I should send it to Taiwan or just... like, we could probably help or get a little bit help in the... Oh, there we go. In the combat in the port. I think that might be soon captured. Although they probably have a little bit of troops heading in here. But I suspect that it's probably not going to be quite enough to push us back. Also, there's quite a bit of enemies attacking from... Well, there's 2 units attacking from here. Papa Li. And then, of course, Changjin. There's some divisions attacking from there. So the situation in the southern half of this northern pocket is not looking too great. I mean, we're not going to be losing ground or anything like that, I don't think. But it's retaking the ground. It's going to be a little bit tricky. We could probably go ahead and just... bring in some more troops in here to push back the enemy there. And Victor Taichung. Right, it was the counterattack that we managed to wreck utterly. The 2nd division could use a bit of rest as well, I reckon. But we can probably, with the help of the close air support, we can probably go ahead and take Hualien soon enough. We're still doing the bombing runs in there, so they're not necessarily going to last very long. And there's the... Oh, right, we got the aerodynamics upgrades. There we go, fuel consumption goes down, the max speed goes up. And those are actually ahead of time. So the number of research goes down. Also going to be getting the industrial production efficiency soon enough. Like less than 2 weeks now. Also get the coal processing soon enough, so that's going to be another good thing. And also another thing off the research queue. Oh, there we go. Ooh, and a major victory in Yilan. Aha! Now it's time to do a counterattack. And there's not much defenders in there. I suppose what we could do is we can probably go ahead and start shifting our focus on the coastline over here. Oh, and victory itself. There we go. Right, we did not get the armored division in here yet. It's moving very slowly, but of course we're running on relatively low speed as well. So that makes quite a difference. Oh, there we go, we got the Pagam. We got probably a lot of troops heading in there, so I'm sure that we can hold on to that. We'll clear out this, so let's send the mercenary down south instead. This could probably also head down south. We can... Well, that can stay there. That definitely needs to stay put. And... Yeah, there's quite a few units that definitely need some rest. But, oh, right, actually, let's go ahead and switch our ground attack target over here somewhere. I'm going to go ahead and start wrecking some of the enemies attacking us in here. Little by little, we can probably make quite a difference. Oh. HMS HoI is launched. Alright then. Oh, and Orang is under attack by enemy bombers. Where the heck are they flying from? They're flying all the way from Japan. They could be. Unless they have no, they don't have airfield in there, so the closest one would be this one, I suppose. But technically speaking, they might have the range on those lanes of theirs. How's the airfield in here? It's only level 1. That's also level 1. So our intercepting is... we do have the range in there. Actually, we don't have the range on everything, but we got range on at least some of that. Of course, our planes do need some rest. Oh, coal rationing. Don't think we need that. Nor do we need the scrap metal rationing, or the food rationing, or the petrol rationing. It's a shame that we didn't have any descent to reduce with those, but it's alright. Oh, there we go. Getting some victories in here, and with the attacks down here, yeah, there we go. We're pushing the enemy back, we can probably go ahead and send another unit in here. And we got, oh, right, that had to pull back. Well, that's going to be in combat strength, well, eventually in combat strength again. Let's go ahead and attack in here. We can probably start pushing further south. And we've got quite a stack of units in here. We'll go ahead and send in at least some units further south from here, while the other two can start pushing southwest. We could probably go ahead and give a bit of support attack from here as well. With the medium artillery, we should be able to deal pretty good damage overall. Plus, the enemy does have quite a bit of descent. I think they've got like 8 points of descent now. Don't know why, but I don't think I should be complaining. Plus, I suppose the Japanese may have been probably losing a lot of convoys. Their surrender progress is about 22%. I guess we'll be fine in there. Now, are the enemies running a bit low on supplies? Not necessarily. At least not yet. I suspect that soon enough we can probably start grouping up some more troops over here for another attack. Ooh, there we go. Small shipyard. Ningbo. I'm guessing this battle... oh yeah, this should be an easy victory. Especially with the ground attacks that we're doing down here now. That makes life a lot easier, and Pagam should be able to hold. We'll probably send that infantry division that started the combat already behind, or retreating, so we can... well, I suppose there's plenty of room in the combat still. But we are going to be winning this combat soon enough, then we can, especially with the mercenary unit over here arriving, we can probably start pushing back rather heavily. And one way or the other, we can just push them into the port, probably. I mean, I wouldn't mind pushing them out of the port first, but it doesn't make much of a difference. We'll destroy them regardless. Ah, there's the landing craft. Now, to be fair, I'm not entirely sure where we should put down the landing craft. I think we'll probably just drop it in... actually, we'll drop it over there. Let's get a... what's the blockade runner? It gives a bit of speed bonus and disengage timer. Yeah. That seems like a good idea. For a transport fleet. Well, landing craft fleet in this case, but essentially it's a transport fleet. Right, so how's the counterattack going? Oh, they did actually have a unit in there. Oh, and this one's under attack. Oh, by several units. Well, not necessarily particularly good units, but several units regardless. Oh, well, there we go. We've got the Soul. There's not a lot of enemy units holding us back in here. Let's take Albertus and one of the infantry divisions to attack there. And then once we get to there, we might be able to try to... oh, agriculture industry. Oh. Okay, yeah, we can pay 500 money for 10,000 supplies and 100 manpower, and plus 10% manpower modifier for almost a full year. It's like 360 days or something like that. That's not too shabby. How much are we actually gaining manpower right now? 102, we do need 87 right now. There's been a lot of heavy combats over here in Northern Korea, so that's part of the reason. Plus probably a decent bit of attrition in especially the Indo-China front. But we are winning the combat in there. We can then probably push into Saigon. There's not that much defenders in there, so we'll probably go ahead and engage the enemy in there already. That one's probably going to have to sit tight for now. So how bad is this defense? Oh, it's actually not even that bad. Alright then. Well, assuming as soon as we get some reinforcements in there, we can probably break them quite easily. They will have a bit of combat strength, the ones that to retreat from here, but not a lot. Plus, we've got the bombers in here. We can probably let them rest, actually, for a little while. And then we might go ahead and help with some of these combats in here. Or try to break Saigon. That's also a possibility. Oh, and mine, though, is actually... that is tempting, because we kind of want that. For the extra manpower. Oh, there we go. There's the shipyard modifier. Oh, and cold processing technologies and self-propelled AA. Aha. Well, let's go ahead and take the cold processing technology first out of there. And then if we have a look at the Right, that's a once only, but we can now get the self-propelled air, and that's got fairly good air attack values. It's a bit more expensive than the regular air, of course, but it's definitely got its uses. Right, so we're getting a bit more reinforcements in here. Let's go ahead and start attacking into this place once more. They're not out of supplies yet. But Pagan, we did win the combat. Let's go ahead and send in one attacking the hills, the mercenary infantry, and the other attacking the hills woods. Then we'll split the infantry around a little bit. Keep on pushing. We can also take some of the units from here, start counter-attacking. And the enemy down here, oh yeah, no, those are not looking all that strong. But yeah, there's going to be probably fairly quick victories over here. Heading south from Pagan. Well, that's going to be a victory. Go ahead and take another 2 from here, give it a bit of support attack into this combat. That should give them the development penalty. We'll have a bit more firepower in there. I'm sure that we can probably break them soon enough. Come on, another victory everyone's on. Well, there we go. And we already won one of the combats. Right, so we've got some openings in here. Well, not really openings, but there's not that much defenders in here yet. So I'm going to have the mountaineers attack the mountain woods. The infantry can still probably hold back the line for a little while. Do we have... we've got one unit over here, but that could use a bit more rest. Although probably not very long. There's a lot of garrisons. There's some infantry in here. I'm going to go ahead and start attacking the city regardless. I think Alberto's going to give a support attack as well. The other infantry is going to help defending that province. So this one, they've got 28,000 men. It's mostly garrisons, headquarters, although the headquarters are not actually combat. And then there's one infantry division and one light tank battalion. And that's about it. There we go, there's several victories in here. I think it might be time to do a bit of counterattack. Start pushing further south with these 4, and that's... oh yeah, that's going to be an easy victory, especially with the ground attack still taking place in there. With the close airs as well, so that does make life a lot easier. They're still trying to break it further down south to link up with the troops, but that's not going to happen. If it's up to me, and it is up to me, so it's not going to happen. How's the attack in Suwon going? There is a lot of troops in there. But again, the strength that they have in there is not very high. We don't have quite double anymore because they got some reinforcements in there. We almost do have double theirs. And now that the enemy doesn't have a whole lot of airfields in here anymore, it does make my life a lot easier. Oh, resource production, sure. We'll take that. Less reinforcements, more, or a bit less upgrades as well. We are going to get another infrastructure. Actually, how's the construction practice? 3.3 now. So that's slowly improving again. Of course, there is quite a bit of construction work that we are going to be doing, especially once we get past the plains in here. There's going to be a whole lot of infrastructure, some airfields, more infrastructure, a naval base even, in Taipei. Speaking of which, how are we doing on the attack in here? Are the planes... Ah, right, they're resting right now. I'm sure that we'll get through there sooner. Oh, and victory over there. How's the other division? That could probably help there. Keep on pushing further in, and this one actually won the combat. So the enemy is now retreating further south. Once we get to Kaohsiung, we can then get the Taiwan Strait modifier, which is going to be quite handy. I believe that was more supplies and research efficiency. Yeah, supply throughput and research efficiency is increased with that. Oh, not far from it. They do have a little bit placer here still, the enemies, but they're not actually using most of it. Well, there we go. They're doing counterattack again, which is probably going to fail against our mercenaries and very battle-hardened infantry. I mean, that's actually... There's almost 24% experience in there, so it's not nearly as good as it could be. But regardless, we're now getting a whole lot of ground in here. That's going to free up a lot of troops as well later on. Oh, there we go. None 2 is under attack. Well, I don't think that's going to make much of a difference. Attacking from the southeast mainly, plus oh, that's actually a lot of units attacking now. From there, well, I mean, once we get in here, we could probably do a counterattack. Plus, I suppose we could actually go ahead and switch our bombing runs over here. First, we'll wreck the enemy's defense in Hualien, and then we can start wrecking the enemies in... actually, we'll probably go ahead and wreck the enemy in Taidong first. Although that might not last very long anyway. And then we can start doing the bombing runs. Or we'll probably start attacking in there directly and then do the bombing runs as well. But yeah, I think that right now, since the battles aren't really that... Well, I mean, there's still quite a few battles, but it's not that bad of a situation for us in most of them. We can probably start speeding up a little bit. Back to speed 3. Oh, there we go. We sank another Japanese convoy. And Dominican Republic wants to buy some metal from us. I mean, I suppose, yeah, we can sell a little bit. Now, I'm hoping that our attack into Suwon is actually going to be a successful endeavor, but I don't know if it will be. Also, I suppose the armored division can attack in there, so that doesn't actually border in there. So that's going to be... Well, they got piercing of 15, we got armor 26 here. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit rough for the enemy. Now, to be fair, the terrain isn't exactly the most tank-friendly terrain. But it'll do for now. Where's the... Alright, we got the unit over here that was attacking. That is now needing some rest. Where do we have a close air support? Let's go ahead and switch our target once more. Ooh, right, we're losing some of the chromite. Let's go ahead and start advancing there. We'll take a few of these. Assist there, and the rest of these we'll start pushing south. They've got quite a few headquarters over there, but it's not too bad. A lot of the enemy units are ready to shatter, one way or the other, or just very low on organization. So I think our attacks in here are going to be quite successful. Go ahead and send in some more troops there, and I suppose we can take 2 of these to give support attack into Fuzhong. And hopefully with that we can then break the enemy. I mean, now we at least got the environment penalty back in the combat. Plus, if we're doing the bombing runs in there, they're probably not going to last that long. And it looks like the attack over here is fairly successful. At least the headquarters are just shattering, and basically everything else is probably going to be shattering as well. So how much do we still need manpower for the reinforcement? 61. Okay, so that's slowly going down. Battle of Inja is going to be a victory soon-ish. But what about the Battle of Suwon? We've already had to retreat some of the troops, so it's not looking too great. I think we're going to go ahead and pull that one back first. Then pull this one back. Let them dig in for a day. Oh, there we go, victory Hulian. And how's the battle in Nantu? Well, it's probably going to be a victory. As soon as this one can start advancing in, then we'll probably break that. Actually, also, let's go ahead and take the... Oh, right, they got the interceptors in here. Well, that's rude. Ah, there's industrial production efficiency and motorized support units advanced. There we go. So I'm pretty sure that at least these 2 are ahead of time, and I have a suspicion that the motorized support unit is also... Yep, that is also ahead of time. So 228 research now remaining. There's still way too many, but we're slowly catching up in a lot of techs. Also, the defensive positions doesn't need to be there anymore. We've got on the tech that we wanted. Is there anything else that has... Right, there's amphibious invasion tactics. I suppose that could still stay for now. We are getting a decent bit of stuff in here, regardless. Researched. So in... Siam, we're getting under attack, or are under attack right now. That could at least... Oh, there we go. No more enemy units in here, so let's just go ahead and start spreading the front line a bit further. How's the Battle of Saigon? Not too much defenders in there. That one had to pull back from the combat, mind you. But I suspect that the headquarters are going to be gone, and then there's... well, they'll have still a little bit of troops defending. But I suppose our light bombers should be able to reach there. Do some ground attacks. We'll keep it at defensive, so they might not be flying constantly, but every run that they can, or every shot that they can fly in there, is already going to be helping with the combat. Right, so I stopped the order over there for now. And, oh, there we go, ice efficiency went up. Let's go ahead and attack in Gajiong. I think the enemy units, a lot of them are low on strength to begin with, because they're doing double combat. And they're lacking supplies even. Oh. That might be partially because they've got a lot of planes in here. And the planes usually eat a whole lot of supplies. Oh, major defeat. Oh, the one. Oh, right, yeah. I forgot to cancel the remaining attacks there. Well, it's unfortunate. But we don't need to push into southern half of Korea quite yet anyway. We will be getting... oh, right, there we go. We'll be getting a little bit more ground in here. Oh, there we go. The enemy's been surrounded in here. Now, so that one, these are going to be destroyed. At least some of them are going to be destroyed. Some of them will probably shatter still. But that is, regardless, going to be a lot of enemy units that will then be out of commission, at least for a while, if not permanently. Sure, we can sell a little bit of metal to Iraq, I suppose. And how's the... Well, we're slowly getting some more ground in here. It's the... We can send another 2 divisions to join the combat, so that's going to be even larger envelopment penalty. And then we can push them into... Hamhung. There's not that much defenders in... Well, there's a decent bit, actually. There's at least 5 infantry divisions, 5 garrisons... Oh, no, 2 garrisons, sorry. 5 infantry, 2 marines, so there's quite a sizable amount of units there, and a lot of them are actually in relatively good strength. Not full strength, most of them, but in a fighting strength, though. But I'm sure that at this point, the supply issues might be reaching them. Although, maybe not. These, on the other hand, well, they won't have the supply issue quite yet. They probably had supplies there for a while. Right, so we are going to get ray extraction in 3 days. And we're also going to get in some more coal fields. Not that we necessarily need them too badly, but it's always a fun to have. Actually, oh right, yeah, we are importing a decent bit of energy from the Soviets. Now, how are we looking on the we're drifting towards the Allies. That's not good. I would like to get towards the Soviets, so maybe we'll go ahead and sacrifice a little bit of meager cash reserves. So what do the Soviets actually have into the resources that I could buy? They got a lot of metal. They got a lot of rare materials. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and start buying like a few pieces of metal in here, which we can then sell forward, I suppose. Oh, tungsten, yeah, we're going to export that to Turkey. Oh, and Victor in on 2. Oh, there we go. We did take a little bit of casualties in there, but that's fine. Oh, and then Hamhung is under attack. Well, it's they're trying to break back in here. Of course, the enemy units in the pocket that has already been formed are not doing all that strong. Of course, our counterattack, or the counterattacks that they're trying to do is weakening their troops in Hamhung quite significantly. So I think it might be time to start advancing in there. We'll go ahead and give like a 1 or 2 units give support attack against the pocket. And then it's time to go... Oh, right, these are still under attack? Oh, yeah, they are. Not very long, but they will be for a little while still. Oh, medium air source radar, there we go. So air detection is increased, and we can get the navigation radar now. Also, the cold liquefaction is something we can stop from the research. So if we go for the avionics, get the navigation radar. That's going to be really handy for the naval bombers for getting the surface detection. And I suppose the flight boats as well get a little bit boost there. But yeah, that's going to be really handy. It looks like we are actually slowly breaking through there. Oh, one zone is now victory. Let's go ahead and attack into Hamhung from multiple directions. We are going to be breaking... Oh, yeah, there's still quite a bit of units in here, mind you. But if we can capture this, that's going to be quite a nice victory. And it looks like... Yeah, that's going to be a victory soon enough as well. Oh, right, we did get in here. Okay. I'm going to send in the armored division over here along the coastline once more. So I do see that we are actually out of time with this episode. So if you enjoyed this, please like and subscribe if you haven't already. Also got the links down below in the description. But other than that, thank you very much for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.